Good therapy there. Some Dak Prescott and Cowboys talk, and we can kind of move past it. I know it's one of those topics, Sam. I just kind of get fired up for my home team and
Oh yeah.
like to protect my guys. So are you a Cowboys fan? Are you just kind of neutral on
Yeah,
NFL?
I'm kind of neutral. I mean, I honestly going in that game, I kind of figured San Fran was going to take that, but hey, I'm from Dallas, so you got to root for the Cowboys.
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought it was just one of those games where you just. It's like, man, I wonder how the defense is going to hold up. I wonder how what we're going to do, and we were in it. So hey, that's all you can. That's all you can hope for as a Cowboys fan. You just. It's just one of those another disappointing year. But hey, we move on. Yeah, we are joined by Sam Mitchum, the running back for Royse City, who is a finalist for the Jaxon Smith-Njigba Award, awarded to the Rockwall County Gameday Player of the Year. Sam, I really appreciate you being here. I wanted to, I'm going to throw up a graphic here with some of Sam's numbers on there. Obviously, just wanted to first of all say congratulations in person. And this is a fun deal for me, and I hopefully the community and the players around here start to look at it and say, man, I hope I can be a finalist one day. I know in talking with Jaxon and his mom how excited they are for this and for him to be able to give back, and the whole process has been a learning process for us, but it was really cool, and obviously well deserved to see your name come across. So congratulations.
Thank you.
Sam, when you look at this season, over 1,700 total yards, over 1,600 yards rushing. The receiving yards are there, 20 touchdowns. Averaging 7.5 a carry. Which is phenomenal. You are the 2022 Region 2 District 10-6A Offensive MVP voted unanimously. A team captain. You were number 4 in rushing yards for DFW. Just a magical year, an incredible year for not only you but for the team. And I guess I kind of want to start there. Let me ask you about this year, if you can just kind of look back, and you guys are stepping up into 6A.
Mm-hmm.
Just your thoughts overall on the season. Did it exceed your expectations?
Well, I mean, I have to say, we expected to go farther than we did. I mean, any team, going into anything, expects to go farther than 2 rounds, but. I mean, it is what it is, and we did the best we could. And I was honestly, before the year started, I was more than excited to go into 6A and prove that, Royse City isn't just some, chump school, that we have athletes and we have the ability to play football. And, it's just, I grew up with, a lot of these kids on this team, including Harper. And, I love everybody on that team. That was a special team, and it was just amazing to be a part of, to say the least.
Coach, Coach sent in a little, write-up to me, and, he described you as the backbone of the football team. He described you as the DNA, that made up what you guys are, tough, hard-nosed, maximum effort, things like that, a team guy. You taking on a different role as champ left, and you were now thrown into this position to start at the running back position. What was your goal as far as trying to be a leader and show what Royse City football was all about?
Well, before the year started, I of course I had heard everything about Champ leaving and filling in those shoes, but honestly, before the season started, that wasn't my goal, was to fill his shoes. I wanted to make my own print, and I just wanted to do the best I could for the team. I didn't want to make it all about me. I didn't want to make it filling, like I said, filling Champ shoes. I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be my own person and make my own mark on the program and on the season, on the boys, and we really just we tried our best through everything. So that's what I wanted through everything, and just always put your best effort forth.
Through it all, your grades academically, staying focused on that, and it's got to be very challenging. To be able to perform at that level at the highest classification in Texas high school football and carry a 4.5 GPA. You're ranked in the top 10 in your graduating class. what is, what can you tell people about, hey, the grades, and why is that so important to you?
I mean, when it comes to grades and playing football, I mean, it's really just about self-discipline. You really just got to say, stay on track with what you're doing. And you really just got to know. You got to know in the back of your head what your ultimate goal is. So, I mean, going through the season, you can easily slack off on schoolwork and make it, not a priority. But, self-discipline makes it a priority for yourself. So whenever you do that, I mean, good things will come.
And obviously, you're wearing the Harding sweatshirt there. You're a Harding commit, and you're going to play at the next level, as you should be. And that was very evident. I talked to coaches, at different schools that have seen you at Rockwall Heath, and everybody's high praise and things like that. What was it about Harding that just made it feel right? Because you could have probably held out, and some other stuff would have started coming on. But what fit?
Man, I visited Harding, last Friday, and it's just, I mean, the campus is beautiful. The environment there is perfect. The kids there are perfect. The coaches seem to really care about their players, and they don't make you just feel like a number. So that was a huge thing for me. I didn't want to go to, a D1 college and just feel like another person. I didn't want to feel like a waste of talent just being there, just to be there, to say I went D1. So I really feel like, I have a chance to go and succeed at Harding, and the coaches will give me the ability to do that.
James, if you have any questions too, you feel free. I've got a list here, so so don't feel like you can interrupt me anytime.
No, man, go ahead. I'll make some comments.
Yeah, I want to ask you, this award, and obviously of Jaxon Smith, and
of course.
What would it mean to what's it mean to be a finalist? What would it mean to to have your name on that trophy?
Man, I'm super blessed to even be a finalist for this award. I mean, growing up, I really never had any football recognitions. I wouldn't say I was always I mean, I was a good player, but I wouldn't say I was always recognized to be so. And growing up, you see these kids young getting offers and succeeding and stuff, and you always, that takes a toll on you mentally. So to grow up and have the senior year that I did, that brings a lot of confidence in myself, because I had a mid, junior, and sophomore year. So, to overcome that and mentally be stable enough to toughen through everything, I mean, it's just a blessing. So.
Yeah, well deserved. I mean, it's again. I mean, as we go through this and you start thinking about it, you're like, man, only one player from the team gets, and there's players that made contributions. There's players that if your name wasn't it, you'd be like, man, support him. Like, yeah, that guy deserved it.
Absolutely.
I want to ask you, what will you miss about your whole high school career and just the experience?
Man, that's a hard question, because I mean, really everything about football in general I'm gonna miss. I'm really gonna miss the boys. The relationship that I have with everyone on that team. We all loved each other, and we all had each other's backs. Like nobody else. I mean, I could ride or die for every single one of those boys, and they know that, and I know that. So. All those hard times, all those grinding, lifting weights, going out to eat. I mean, everything like that, that puts a team closer together, and I think that's what I'm gonna miss, just the bond with the other players.
Yeah, well said. It's that every time you get around these guys, you're like, man, it's a close fraternity, and it's special just to be on the outside looking in at what you guys do. Whether you knew it or not, you left your mark at Royse City, and I kind of came up with this question a while ago. But what do you hope that somebody under you, the younger classmen, learned from you?
I really just hope that they learn to always work hard. You may not always get the recognition that you think you deserve or that you think you wanted, but always push through, and it'll come.
Yeah. Well said. Yeah. I think lesson for everybody, right? It's just to keep working, and if you're out there, I think if you're out there for the recognition, if you're out there for the wrong reasons, then that's when you just kind of get passed up. I think because you're not focused on what the things that you should be doing. Okay, we got a couple of questions sent in by Jaxon. Okay, best football game you ever played in?
So is that my best personal football game or like overall experience?
Well, you tell me. I'll let you pick.
Okay. I have two different games in that point then. So my personal best football game I think in my high school career was the Colony this year. I had 4 touchdowns, like 265 yards, and I think I had a receiving touchdown for like 40 yards. So I had around 320 total yards, and that was awesome because everything was just going right that game, and it was great. But I think the best overall game I've ever been a part of was Crandall of last year. That game was, as you know, I mean, a shootout.
64-65.
Yeah, that game was insane. And, to be a part of that and watching Jonah, catch that stupid halftime catch, it was just amazing. It's just something that you can't relive. So
yeah, those are just special.
And you know what's special, too, about that game is all of our kids, I'd say, I don't know what, maybe half, maybe a quarter, all of those kids on both Crandall and Royse City played against each other all the way through Little League.
Oh, yeah.
And so to finally meet up.
Yeah, so on
it
that.
Was an epic – it was made to be an epic battle, and it was.
Yeah. On that, I went to that field, and I've never won on that field. I played there all through Pee Wee, about 12 years of football. I never won on that field, so that was my goal. That game was to win on that field.
Awesome.
It was special to have you and Kieran, and I remember Kieran came up to me and goes, I finally won.
Absolutely, yeah. We
finally.
Us both.
After all those years.
Yeah.
So that was cool.
Yeah. I've seen some special football games, and that when you get in those shootouts and just everything's just kind of going 1,000 miles an hour, and you're just like, man, I hope I'm standing at the end. But hey, I win or lose, right? I mean, if you you probably would look back if you'd have lost by 1, you could probably still say, man, that was one of the greatest things I've been a part of. So, favorite home cooked meal? Do you have a favorite home cooked meal?
Oh yeah, definitely. So my mom is a really good cook. She cooks for us often, and she makes this like kind of garlic chicken with mushrooms on it, and she makes it with peas and mashed potatoes. And
the show's at nighttime. If she ever wants to bring us dinner on a Wednesday,
that's right.
Yeah, that dinner, nothing tops that dinner. I'll take that dinner over any sort of fast food or restaurants or anything, any day of the week.
She's gonna have to make sure that she freezes some and sends you that every once in a while.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, and then the last one. Netflix. Do you get into Netflix? Do you have any series that you liked that you've watched?
Oh yeah, I've watched several series on Netflix. I would say the series that I last watched was The Ranch.
The Ranch.
Yeah, The Ranch. I've rewatched that actually multiple times because I just love it.
I was gonna say it's okay to say Wednesday because it was a great show. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, it was a good little show. So yeah, hey. Good stuff. I mean, congratulations on everything that you've accomplished off the field. I'm really happy that you found a home. You're gonna be able to, keep playing the sport that you love at the next level. And I can't wait to follow you. I can't wait to to see what happens. We vote for this award on January 30th. It's going to be really exciting. On February 8th, we'll come back here. We'll all meet, and the coaches and either Jaxon or his family. They're going to be here. We've got a really cool kind of gift package, to give all the finalists. So that's going to be awesome. And I think the whole experience is just going to be really fun. I'm glad you're one of the guys that's going to be part of it.
Absolutely. I'm like I said, I'm super excited for this. I mean, this is a blessing.
Yeah. So man, I just want you to know how proud I am of you.
Thank you.
Being able to watch you, being able to coach you and the boys back all the way. I think I came in when you were 5th, 6th grade, something like that. Me and your dad and John and Matt and those guys, Don, and watching. And he's always been a hard-nosed headbanger, not flashy. Now just get out there, do what you're told, run the ball, bang on those boys down there. So he's never been one of those kinds of guys that was loud and out there. He just went out there and went to work.
Yeah.
I mean, lunchbox every day, go to work. And so, man, it's been a privilege to watch you, grow up and kind of go through. And I remember this season because last year wasn't that great. You got the ball only to go and bang up the middle.
Right.
That sucks.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I remember this year before the season started, and I asked you if you were ready, and you said, oh, yeah. This is it.
I remember going out to a summer workout with Shep, and y'all were working out, and I think I released it, but there was a catch that you had, on a DB that was I think he was getting recruited, but but I knew then, and I was like, man, he's putting in work. He looks good. He looks fast. He looks ready to go. And it was so much fun watching you do your thing, and just the entire team.
Yeah.
It was special to watch, and it was good for Royse City, yes, but it was really good for the entire all the schools around here, because it made what was the powerhouses of the district, Rockwall and Heath. They're like, they got athletes. They
Some
can play.
competition,
They can play.
Yeah, look, and this was the first real year that our boys all started having that time together to come together and play varsity football together. So we kind of had the perfect storm come together. We knew what we had, and if we were going to stay in 5A, it's on.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, we knew where we were at,
Right.
but to be able to have the season you did and the Bulldogs had in the very first year moving up to 6A, I mean, you set the tone. The boys set the tone, and so, man, I'm just proud of you, man.
Thank you.
I really am.
Thank
I
you.
really am. I know your parents are. I know your dad's watching, and dude, it's been a real privilege to
Thank
watch
you.
you play football.
Thank
man, does it all: community service, academics.
Absolutely.
Gives back, and
Yeah.
he finds time to be a outstanding athlete on the field. So congratulations. Hey, we'll see you back here again in a couple weeks, and good luck to you. Okay.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to let Sam go. We're going to come back, and we will have Mr. Britton Snyder on with us. He is the nominee from, the Heath Hawks. So we'll catch up with him and get me some water.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we'll be right back.